What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to episode 6 of the Frontline Film podcast. We are coming to you today immediately after the Super Bowl. Super Bowl literally just ended like an hour ago, and we wanted to make sure we got an episode in talking about all the trailers that dropped. We got a handful of trailers tonight at the Super Bowl, but we also got several this week, kind of leading up to it. So pretty much this entire podcast is us talking about trailers, and we actually like have a ton. Lots of big movies, Marvel movies, other franchise movies, some horror movies, just everything, a little bit of everything. Um, I want to preface this by saying, everyone send a prayer up for old Wilk. His voice is struggling. He's been sickly. He got a bad case of the flu, poor guy. But he's finally feeling a little bit better, but his voice is still shot. So it'll probably be a lot of me talking, but you might hear some grunts from him or something. So, but yeah, so we can just jump right into it, and probably still the biggest trailer of the whole week. I think it came out on what, Tuesday? On the 4th, because 4/4. We got the first trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps. Long awaited trailer. Uh, I think people have been itching for the Fantastic Four in the MCU since the beginning, and it really has taken them a lot longer than I think people wanted or expected. But it's finally here, and I gotta say, based off the minute and a half trailer we got, dude, I think it's probably worth the wait. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's sorry, it's so bad. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, everything that I wanted from it, just like looking at it, the only thing we did not get was like Mr. Fantastic's powers.
Stretchy. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get that. Everything else we got, and it looked great. So I'm so excited, dude. So excited.
Yep, I think a big dub, a big worry of everyone's too, but it ended up being a big dub. I think the thing looks great. Um, Looks very comic accurate.
Comic accurate.
Yeah,
Whoever's hating on it, you don't really care about comic accuracy.
no,
You
he
don't.
looks. I think he looks great. Honestly, the whole cast looks great. I remember when the cast got announced, and me and you were kind of like, about Pedro, because he's a little bit older and he's just not exactly who either of us, I think, pictured when like thinking about Reed Richards. But I mean, he looks great. He looks the part. Um, and then we got that one shot of all of them in the suits at the end. Joseph Quinn looks great. I don't know about the blonde hair, but at him as Human Torch, man, the couple like little flying scenes we got, dude,
Yeah.
looked wild. And then who am I leaving out?
Galactus.
Well, yeah, Galactus. We got a little glimpse of Galactus in the trailer. Um,
You didn't
I
talk
know
about Sarah.
the Silver Surfer is supposed to be in this movie too, so but we didn't get any shots of her because it's gonna be, what's her name, like Julia Gardner or something from Ozark. But man, yeah, all around long awaited trailer, highly anticipated, and I think it lived up to it. We only got a minute and a half. It didn't give too much away. Um, so it gives us like more to be excited about and kind of like, talk about. Looks like it's set in the 60s, I think.
And then
Uh,
alternate reality, I think.
the rumors are saying it's like a different universe or different reality. But obviously like it's going to tie in.
Right.
So we'll just have to see how they do that. But I mean, the 60s like backdrop, I thought looked really good in the trailer for what we got a little bit of. Um, I think the action looks good. I think the thing looks good. I just think the whole movie looks good, and I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, no, it I think it lived up to, like you said, we had to wait a while. We were like, when are we actually gonna get something? A trailer. And then of course on, I guess that was Sunday. Monday morning we got like the teaser of when it was gonna come out. And then we finally got it. And yeah, no, dude, it looks great. Super excited. I thought everybody looked good. Like you said, Pedro, we didn't really know. We were like, ah. And also let it be known that like we weren't hell bent on John Krasinski either. Like we just wanted somebody good to play Reed Richards because he is such like a cool character. But I think Pedro's gonna do a good job. I really do.
Yeah. No, I mean it's not a knock on Pedro. He's just not exactly like who I was picturing at first. But now seeing him in the suit, and his hair and everything, I think he looks great. So yeah, very, very excited. There's already all kinds of rumors and theories floating around, so we'll just kind of have to see, and that'll be, I believe, well, I don't know about like what comes out early next year, but that's like the last movie that I can think of before uh Doomsday next year. Trying to think. That's because I don't know if there's an early Marvel movie next year. I honestly cannot remember. But Doomsday comes out in like April or May. So um
I wouldn't be
yeah,
shocked if they put something before it, but that we're maybe overlooking. But maybe it is. Like I don't know. I can't think.
I can't
Um,
remember. But anyways, yeah, so hopefully I mean it's already like basically I think been said that like they're gonna be in Doomsday, obviously Doomsday. So yeah, nah, super excited for Fantastic Four. I'm very excited that I got them with my first pick in or one of my picks in my most anticipated draft. So yeah, yeah, we are pumped for that, and we got another Marvel trailer to talk about in a little bit as well. So stay tuned. Um, the next trailer that dropped last week, full trailer, um, The Weeknd's new movie, Hurry Up Tomorrow. Based, I guess it's based on his album that he just came out with, which, by the way, great album. We both loved it. We love The Weeknd. We love The Weeknd's music. Let me specify because I don't know if you ever watched any of The Idol, but I watched like two or three episodes and I didn't even finish. It was genuinely the worst, most disgusting thing that I've ever watched my entire life. And it really like turned me off of The Weeknd, honestly, for a little bit because it was just gross and cringy and he was horrible acting, playing a horrible character. Uh, but maybe, I give him a little bit grace. Maybe it was just bad writing and stuff and a horrible story. But this movie's like I think he like co-wrote or something. I don't think he directed it, but he definitely like had a hand in making like the entire movie. I don't really know what to make of the trailer. Kind of looks like a psychological thriller. It's got him and Jenna Ortega and Barry Keoghan, which is them two are like two of the hottest names in Hollywood right now. So paired up against The Weeknd with maybe like the backdrop of his album, kind of like playing throughout the movie. Could be cool. I don't know. It might be horrible, but it could be cool.
yeah, it looks like a like you said psychological thriller. It had some cool like moments in the trailer where you're like, oh, hey, look, this could be good. But I've seen some clips of the Idol, and it's bad, like really bad.
Bad.
Maybe this is something he like actually, how much did he care about the Idol? He might care about this a lot more because it goes hand in hand with his album. I'm gonna imagine. Jenna Ortega's great. Barry Keegan's great. Um, you just, I guess you don't really know when somebody from the music business goes into acting. Like you have people that go back and forth all the time, but like he dipped his foot in it, bad reviews. He's going back into it, and you don't really know what to expect. So, and I don't think we got anything from the trailer. Like, there's a lot of cool shots. There's a lot of like, what the heck is going on? Um, but I don't think we really got anything from the trailer that's like, oh, this is the plot. Like, this is what's gonna happen. So it's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. No, that's one of the bigger like question marks I think on the year. Like you said, you never know what to expect when someone in music goes over to acting, but we love The Weeknd's music. I think he's one of the greatest artists of our generation. And let's see if he can maybe do acting a little bit better this time around with a more interesting story than The Idol. Good Lord, The Idol was so bad. It was like one of the only shows that I've ever started and just refused to finish. Like I will never go back and watch that. But
When is the release date for this one?
it's in May. It's
Man,
mid-May, like 16th or 18th or something like
on my
that.
birthday weekend.
I believe so, actually. Yeah.
That'll be the
But
16th if it's on a Friday.
we'll have to see. Um, And then another big trailer that we got last week, which we were both pretty hyped for. We got the first trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth, starring Scarlett Johansson and is it Jonathan Bailey?
Jonathan Bailey.
Jonathan Bailey. I honestly thought it would be a bigger gap in between the last Jurassic World and another one, and they were like heavily advertising it as like the end of the Jurassic Park movies, or at least like this that story. Um, so when this one got announced, I was definitely a little surprised. I thought it'd be a little bit of a bigger gap in between, but um, they make a lot of money and people love dinosaur movies, so like, why not? Doesn't look like it has really any connection to any of the others, which is good. Give us a good, fresh, original story with new characters. Uh, Lots of cool dino stuff in the trailer. I think some of the visuals look incredible.
Yeah.
It's from Gareth Edwards, who did Rogue One, and I think he did The Creator. What was that, last year or 2 years ago? Uh, so he's like really, really good when it comes to sci-fi and good with special effects and things like that. So, um, yeah, I wasn't when this was announced, like I wasn't just stoked for it, but after the trailer, like it definitely like piqued my interest a lot more for sure.
Yeah, dinosaurs rock. We can keep doing Jurassic World movies. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
there every time.
Yeah.
This also rounds out a stacked July, like which I think we've talked about all three, the biggest three movies in July being Fantastic Four, Superman, and Jurassic World. We get all of those in July, which is absurd. And July is just gonna make all the money out the year, basically. But yeah, no, it looks cool. There were some visuals that, like you said, dude, they look very, very good. Um, yeah, man, it's just, I mean, they're either they're not for everybody. The originals are iconic, and the new ones weren't like anything special, but dinosaurs are awesome.
Yeah.
And the more
I
movies,
think I
dinosaurs.
think the first one of the new like trilogy is awesome.
Yeah.
I wasn't huge on the second one when it came out. Other than that super depressing scene where
The beginning,
the Bronchiosaurus is like stranded on the island. And then the third one was just the third one wasn't really that great either. Obviously, like some good action and effects, but the story kind of got a little
is
convoluted
it,
trying to merge the original trilogy with the new one.
yeah, is it Fallen Kingdom and then Dominion?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Dominion, it still made a billion at the box office. Like people still love it. I think it was just probably the weakest one of the trilogy. But
That was the one where they brought everybody back, right?
yeah, they brought back the
Yes.
whole original cast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, we're both pumped for Jurassic World. Like you said, it's a part of a stacked July, so we got a lot to look forward to this summer for sure.
It's funny to see Jonathan Bailey go from Wicked to Jurassic World. That's gonna be pretty funny. Uh
Yeah.
but he was great in Wicked, so
Yep. Yep. Somebody
yeah,
woke.
trailer man. Scarlett Johansson in a role we've kind of seen her before in. It's kind of like a Black Widow role. She's gonna be a badass in the movie. So
Probably.
uh Mustafa Ali is the Mahershala Ali, not Mustafa.
Mustafa.
That oh my quarterback in Dynasty is named Mustafa. Mahershala Ali is going to be uh
In it.
an important character too. So
Yep. So excited for the new Jurassic World. See if they do another trilogy, but we'll just have to see. Another trailer that came out this past week, that I know me and you were both excited for is the new trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines, the newest installment of the Final Destination series. And I think I've said it on here. Um, the Final Destination movies are honestly like one of my favorite horror franchises. I love all of them. I think they're all really good and different and entertaining. Um, and it's been like 10 plus years since we got the last one. It might even be like closer to 15. But yeah, no. So I was super pumped when this got announced and I was eagerly awaiting the trailer. It's honestly more of a teaser trailer.
yeah, it's like one scene.
it's honestly more of a teaser trailer, and it's just, one of the crazy deaths in the movie, and it is really good. It's pretty like it's very unique and very gross, and like makes you go, oh. You keep talking about it. I'm gonna go let him out.
It just like makes zero sense sometimes how they come up with this. Yeah, if you haven't seen the trailer, it could go like five different ways, and then the way it ends is like, how does that even happen? It is just they come up with the craziest deaths in these movies, and I would love to meet the people who come up with them.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude. I don't know how they come up with so much of this crazy
you
stuff.
can go down the line of like the log carrier scene, the escalator scene, the one where he's standing outside the train, the tire. Like you could go down the
The
list.
one that stands out to me is the gymnastics one.
I try to erase that from my memory because it's so disgusting.
Yeah,
God, dude,
yeah.
I hate it.
She steps on the nail, knocks over the dust, and it just like, yeah, oh my God. Yeah.
She
Nah,
doesn't
so
get
I love
anything.
I
She just, oh, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I love Final Destination, so I'm very excited for this one. We don't really get like anything with the plot. We'll have to see if it ties into like the original or any of them. But regardless, I'm excited. I think the dude what's that guy's name? That guy that's in like all of them. I don't know if he's like Death. Uh, name. This is gonna bug me now. Let's see. He's also like the original Candyman, I believe.
Original what?
The original Candyman.
Oh,
Tony Todd. Yes. Tony Todd. He's in he plays the original Candyman, and he's also in all of the Final Destination movies, so pretty cool. So yeah. Um we just continue to get really good horror trailers and movies coming out. So I'm excited for that. We got that, I think, in May, but we also got the Monkey literally in a couple weeks. And I've seen early reviews of the Monkey saying it is awesome and is very much like a Final Destination movie. So
same.
yeah, got some good stuff. Um, so those are all of the trailers we got this past week. Now we're gonna talk about all of the Super Bowl trailers that we got today. Um, I literally just before we recorded this, I went and like watched through all of them again. Got refreshed, watched the Thunderbolts trailer for the first time because I had to work tonight, but all caught up.
You want to go in a certain order? Because
We can just go in the order,
I kind of remember the order they like
show
got
them.
announced in.
Yeah, Mission Impossible was first, right?
That was right before the Super Bowl, but F1 came out an hour before, and the amateur was 20 minutes before.
Okay, yeah, we can talk about those. So, uh, F1 starring Brad Pitt got a new little teaser. Nothing crazy. It was literally like 25 seconds or something. Um, that movie's gonna rock. That movie's gonna be so good. There's just no way you could tell me that that movie is not going to just absolutely slap. Um, you got Brad Pitt. Forgot the other dude's name, but he's a good actor. I've seen him in other stuff. And it's the director that did Top Gun Maverick, which is like one of the best movies. It's probably trying to think. It's probably the best like action adventure movie of the last of this decade.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
Top Gun Maverick, yeah.
Yep.
That movie is just unreal. Um, and knowing like how good that director did with like the fast jets and stuff in Top Gun. He's
Hmm.
good at like filming stuff at fast speeds and things and making it look good. So that's key in an F1 movie.
Yeah.
And we both love F1, so very very excited. I'm curious to see like how big of a part like the actual drivers have in it, if at all. I feel like Lewis Hamilton will be in it probably. I think he like helped produce it or something,
Yeah.
and maybe Max, but we'll just have to see. Yeah, very excited for F1.
It's gonna be so sick. Like It's gonna be dope. I'm excited to see the action, like driving sequences. Um, remember Gran Turismo? We loved that movie
Yeah.
and thought that had some great like driving sequences in it. So I expect nothing less from this movie. And I think it had a pretty big budget as well. So I
Yeah.
remember like when we were watching the races last year, they were doing this stuff like beforehand,
Yeah.
like on the actual track. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah. They had like fake paddocks for Brad Pitt's character
Yep.
and everything. Yeah. So I think it's going to be really well made, really well done. Hopefully, we get a new full trailer soon with a little bit more. That comes out in June, though, just part of another stacked summer. So
Yeah.
very excited for that. And then the next trailer we got, this is actually the only one I did not watch, so you can kind of talk about it. For The Amateur, I did see the first trailer that came out, like whatever, a couple months ago.
Yeah, I saw it in
But I
theater
actually,
the first time.
yeah, I've seen it in theaters, but I did not watch this new one. So I know it's got Rami Malek. It's like is it like a spy thriller kind of?
Yeah, so like somebody captures the love interest, which is Rachel Brosnahan, uh, Superman, and he is like a tech nerdy guy who does not kill, and but he goes after these people, and he finds Lawrence Fishburne, and is like, I want to kill these people. He's like, you can't kill anybody, like you're not good enough to kill anybody. So hand to hand combat, he's not killing anybody. Almost like Final Destination kind of, but not as like fate driven. He finds like crazy ways to kill people. Because I know in the trailer, that person is like in a pool above like the city, and he like breaks the glass under him to kill him. So like he has nothing to do with it. But he's trying to find Rachel Brosnahan's character, and I think it's his wife or girlfriend, fiance, something. But no, it looks like a spy thriller with unique ways to kill people. And I like that.
Yeah, no, it sounds cool. I gotta check out the that full new trailer. I mean, I have seen the one that has been out in theaters, but gotta check that out. It comes out this summer, right? Or is it soon?
I think this one comes out a little bit earlier.
I can look. The
Maybe
Am
you're right. I thought this one came out a little bit earlier though.
April. Yep,
April.
April. So yeah, no, I'll check that trailer out soon for sure. Love a good spy thriller. We love Rami Malek here.
I
So
mean, come
uh,
on.
yeah, yeah, give him a lead. Give him a lead in a big movie like this. Um,
Well, Bohemian Rhapsody.
yeah, but I mean like an
Oh,
action
something
movie.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something different. Um, so next trailer, I said it earlier, but we got a new teaser for the new Mission Impossible movie, The Final Reckoning. Got a little bit of new footage. Um, Tom Cruise is a psychopath, but he's a psychopath that I love. And I hope this isn't the final one, like the title suggests. I want him to be doing this movies until he dies doing one of the stunts. Like I want him to do these forever. Nobody does it like him. Nobody has ever done it like him. And he continues to do it. He's literally like in his mid 60s, I think, at this point. And there's like you've seen the clips from the past week and then on the trailer, like he's literally dangling from a plane that's like spinning 360. Like it's unreal. He's unbelievable. I know he's maybe not the best person and he's a big Scientology guy, but you cannot deny that he loves making movies and he loves making the best possible action movies that he can make. Um, that's why I drafted this movie first overall and my most anticipated, and it still is my most anticipated for the year. I know you're like several of them behind, which just blows my mind, but I
What
do
number
hope
is
that,
this?
huh?
What number is this? Nine?
Seven or I think it's eight.
Okay.
I think
I
it's
watched the
eight.
first four or five. So I'm like,
I think you told me you'd only watch the first three or four, but hopefully, by the time that movie comes out, which I think is what was that, May for
yeah.
Mission Impossible. Um, hold up, let me look. I don't reckon any. Yeah, May 23rd. So hopefully by May 23rd we can get you caught up. I know you're not just huge on them, but I swear to God, the last like three of them are just absolutely unbelievable movies. They're insane. Um, I definitely think he took a step up like after the original three. Um,
He's absurd.
dude, he's insane.
Do you
Like
think
I still get chills like watch. I haven't watched the movie in a little bit, but every time I did see it, I think I saw it like three times in theaters. The motorcycle stunt from the last one, just unbelievable, unbelievable. So yeah, and they were saying that he tops it in this one, and it kind of looks like he might. So we'll just have to see. Got to get you caught up on him. I know
do
you like him. I don't know why you haven't watched
do
him.
you
It's
think that he like goes into like when he's talking about his contract and they're like, okay, what stunt do you want to do? But like, hey, let's tone it back from the last one. And he's just like, no, we're actually gonna go bigger. And you're
yeah,
like, bigger? What are you gonna do now?
yeah.
And
And I saw somewhere that like he apparently like while filming that, I don't know how long it took or how many takes, but like he literally passed out while dangling from it like several times because of like lack of oxygen. Like he couldn't catch his breath, so he had to like train himself how to breathe at high speeds like that, way up in the air. Like he's just insane, bro. He's built different. I don't care if he's, you know, his personal stuff, whatever. I don't care. He is the greatest action star of all time, and I don't know if he will ever be topped. So I want him to just keep cranking out movies as long as he can. He's like in his early 60s, so um, hopefully we still got, several more years of him. I'll quit drooling over Mission Impossible now, but very excited for that, and I will make sure that I get my boy Landon to catch up on them before the new one. So, and yeah, so you were watching. What was the next one? Was it Lilo
uh,
and Stitch with
it was the
Thunderbolts?
Lilo and Stitch one. And I want to
Wasn't
talk.
really a trailer, but it was
No, the
huge.
teaser was done. This is how you do it. You have the Super Bowl. It's like you put him on the Super Bowl, and you're like, hey, we're not going to release a full trailer, but we got Lilo and Stitch coming out, which I love Lilo and Stitch, the original. Do you? Are you a big Lilo
Yeah,
and Stitch?
no, I
Okay.
do. Yeah,
Um, it's perfect. It's hilarious. And he drives the car around like Marshawn Lynch. That's
yep,
hilarious. He just
yeah,
nails the field goal.
yeah.
It's golden, man. I'm actually really excited for this one.
I am too. Uh,
So, I thought this was done perfectly, and hopefully we get like a
yeah.
full trailer soon.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, we haven't gotten a full trailer. We've just gotten like little teasers like this.
And we've
That one
gotten
of
two
like him, like
teasers. Yeah, this
that
is
one of like him in the sand
yeah.
and everything, but we have not gotten like a trailer at all. I don't even know like what the girl that's playing Lilo looks like. Um, we
No,
just know Stitch, and the animation looks good and his voice sounds good. So,
I'm pretty
um,
sure though, like everybody they cast is from the island. Everybody they cast is from the
good,
island. And
good,
they,
good.
you know the redheaded girl, and like she's kind of the mean one, the friend, or
I
not
think
the
so.
friend, but like the mean little girl redhead. They were having a really hard time casting her because they wanted to cast everybody from the island, so they couldn't find anybody from Hawaii, and they finally found one. But yeah, they're
Oh,
casting everybody from Hawaii, I believe. So that's sick. Makes it more
yeah,
genuine. I love the original
me too.
and
It's one of my favorite like Disney like cartoon movies for sure.
fun as hell, and I'm really excited for this one.
As a
So
very little kid, I was kind of scared of Lilo and Stitch, but then it ended up being one of my favorites.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm a big Stitch fan. How could you not be?
All right, so the next trailer that we wanted to talk about, one of the few trailers that we got today that dropped a full trailer, instead of just a teaser. We got the little teaser during the Super Bowl, but they dropped a full trailer online, and that's for Thunderbolts, um, the next Marvel movie after Captain America. So comes out early May, so really not too far away. Um, and it's got just a ragtag team cast of characters that we've seen um over the course of like this most recent the multiverse saga across the shows and the movies. You got Yelena, you got Red Guardian, John Walker, U.S. Agent, Bucky, uh, Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp and Taskmaster and Sentry slash the Void. I don't really know much about the lore behind him. You seem to know a little bit more there than me.
No,
But yeah, got a new full trailer for this movie, and I literally just watched it before we started recording this. And dude, I got way more excited for this movie because of this new trailer. I was already excited for it. I think the first trailer was entertaining, but I think we got a little bit more sense of like what the movie's going to be like and what it's going to be about with this trailer. Um, I think Marvel cooked. I love the idea of like a ragtag team, coming together and doing a wild, saving the world or whatever. Kind of reminds they're similar to like they're like Marvel's Suicide Squad is kind of how I like see them. It's just people you would never see together, um, coming together to do whatever. We'll have to see what the world-ending threat is here with this new one, but nah, movie looks sick. I know you're pumped for it. Let's hear what you got to say.
dude, I was excited for Fantastic Four, excited for Captain America. Dude, they're gonna reel me all the way back in. And
Yep,
they did it with this trailer. Like it looks, you're gonna get what we named six characters, six like of the
I think
Thunderbolts.
ish. Yeah,
Like, and we've already seen them before. Like we've seen every single one of them. The one who got like who probably has the most character development is probably Bucky and then Yelena. But the other ones we've only seen like once. Like we saw John Walker, U.S. agent, in the whole series, so we kind of saw him go back and forth. But these are characters that, besides Taskmaster, that we're really interested in. And the whole Sentry thing, where Bob or Sentry or his really like evil alter ego, the Void, whichever one we get, like if we really get the Void or whatever, we get to see Avengers Tower. We're going to be back in New York, which when's the last time we've really been like in New York?
I don't really remember.
Forever. Besides, like, even the Spider-Man movie, probably. That's
Yeah,
probably the last one. And that was 3 years ago, three and
yeah,
a half years ago. So, yeah, this one, um, like you said, like we already love these characters, a lot of them, and to get to see Bucky like back in full force, we love Bucky. Yelena is such an interesting character. The way they set it up, like they are not supposed to be together. Like they know they're not the Avengers. They don't have superpowers, but they're all badass. Like they're all cool, and they rise up and have a threat. So I think this one's going to be very interesting. We wanted down to earth, grounded, and we're about to get three projects in a row that are grounded. We're going to get Captain America, Daredevil, and the Thunderbolts back to back to back. That's what
yeah.
we wanted. That's
Yep.
what we wanted.
Obviously, there's still going to be like some wild elements, like Red Hulk and whatever the Void, kind of looked like some gnarly stuff in the trailer. But for the most part, it's grounded storytelling, and that's what we love. Honestly, like obviously we love like most all the Marvel movies and Endgame and Infinity War and everything, but I think Marvel is really at its best when it's grounded.
And when
Uh,
we get like hand to hand combat, we love when we can get that. We're gonna get it in Captain America this weekend. Like,
Sebastian Stan said that I think out of all the Marvel movies he's worked on, this one had like the least visual effects. He said they did a lot of stuff practical. Um, so
yeah, no, it looks incredible. I think that like being it's not gonna be like a whole world ending event, I don't think, but it's gonna be like, oh, we gotta end this threat now. Um, I don't have time to talk about the whole Sentry lore, but to know that like Sentry is kind of like a anti-hero type deal. Like he has a good side, but he also has an evil side, right? Like, but his evil side is much more like dangerous than his like Sentry side. So it's going to be very cool to see how they incorporate him. How do we see him down the line? And we're gonna get Sentry, we get Red Hulk, we get Galactus. Like it's gonna be this
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
man.
And I will say, it looks like it's probably going to be the funniest Marvel movie this
Oh
year.
yeah,
I think Cap's going to have a little bit more of a serious tone. Fantastic Four will probably be funny, but I think this movie's going to be hilarious. There's like two moments in the trailer where I literally busted out laughing, and I think they were both Red
with the
Guardian.
Wheaties one.
I don't know, but David Harbour, bro, is Red Guardian. Oh my God, he was so good in Black Widow.
Yeah,
Um, him and Florence were the highlight of that movie. So to see them back together, um, definitely very excited.
yeah,
Um, nah, Thunderbolts is gonna be great. Very
yeah,
excited. I also didn't know that it was so early in May. It's May 2nd.
yeah. First,
Um, I did not know that. So it is literally less than 3 months away. So we're getting two Marvel movies in less than 3 months and a
yeah,
show.
like we said, like Captain America is gonna set the tone, and then we go from there with Daredevil and then Thunderbolts. Is there another show in between that? I don't think there is.
I
Okay,
don't think so.
so yeah, hopefully they do a really good job with Cap. We'll see this weekend. You and I are both seeing it pretty early. So yeah, no, dude, I'm excited. This is gonna be awesome. Um, this one, I watched the Fantastic Four trailer like, I don't know, 8 times. I might watch this one like 20.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, great trailer. Very excited for Thunderbolts. And I'm sure we'll see that trailer on the big screen here this weekend when we see Cap.
hopefully we'll
So
see both, right?
yeah,
Should
probably
be.
we'll get that in Fantastic Four for the first time on the big screen. Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, um, so off the Thunderbolts, the next movie got a little teaser for. I think they said full trailer Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Um, the live action How to Train Your Dragon. I haven't even really talked to you much about this movie and what your thoughts were. Um, when it was announced, I was definitely kind of like why, why are they doing this? I feel like it's a very fairly fresh, um, like animated series, kind of similar to like the Moana. They're doing a live action Moana. It's kind of like to me, it's like why? It's still super early. The movie came out like 10 years ago or something. But I think my doubts were kind of debunked when the first trailer or teaser came out a couple months ago. Um, I think visually it looks really good. I think Toothless and the dragons look great. Um, yeah, I Gerard Butler returning as Hiccup's dad, and the kid that plays Hiccup, I think his name is like Mason Thames or something. He's kind of an up and coming actor. I've seen him in a couple things, and he's really good. Um, Yeah, what are your thoughts on this? I hadn't really asked you about it. Like, is it something you are for, or you don't really know why they're doing it?
Um, I don't I love the original. The three are so good.
Yeah, it's a
Like
perfect trilogy.
all three of them are great. I really don't think we need a live action one personally. Toothless actually looks very, very similar from the movies to the live action. I see why they're doing it. I mean, they're looking at Disney doing it and they're making a shit ton of money. So why wouldn't you? I don't know. I don't think you need to do it for like, story's sake, like for the movie itself. People haven't forgot those movies. They love them. So I don't think you really need to do it. But again, I know why they are, and I'll be seeing it. You'll be seeing it. Cameron actually just watched all three of them like this weekend. So for the first time, she loved them. Loved them.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, while I was watching the movie that I'll talk about later, she was watching that. So yeah, no, it's gonna be good. I mean, hopefully they just keep the same material, right? Like they won't
yeah.
change anything.
The it sounds like they're keeping the same score, which is one of the best. Um, one of my favorite like film scores ever. It's a just a beautiful gives you me literally every time I hear like the main theme, like I get chills. It's just one of those that sticks with you. Um, Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for it. We'll have to see. We get a full trailer on Wednesday, so we'll react to that on next week's episode for sure. And
Maybe
then the
we'll
la
try to do like a real reaction,
a what?
like a real reaction, a record a reaction. Maybe.
Maybe,
Who
maybe
knows?
we'll see. And then the last one that we got was a very brief teaser for Megan 2, Megan 2.0. You never saw Megan, did you?
No.
It actually was entertaining. It was a
Cameron
fun.
did. Cameron laughed. She said,
It it's not great. It's not great, but it's fun and it pokes fun at itself. Um, yeah. I mean, it's just more fun and honestly like funny than anything. Uh, not very scary. I mean, the doll's creepy, but yeah, I saw the synopsis for this movie. The sequel, the synopsis is wild. I can't even like describe it. You're just gonna have to look it up, but it's just very weird. I don't know. But I mean, I'm not really just like, so pumped for Megan 2, but the first one was fun and I'll definitely go check out the new one just to see. Um yeah. Yeah, you probably don't really have any thoughts. You haven't even seen the first one.
the teaser's pretty funny with feminine nomenon, which
Yeah. Feminine
that's pretty
Phenomenon.
funny.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I think that rounds out all of the trailers. I know we just talked a lot of trailers, but it had to be talked about. Is there anything from Super Bowl that we're missing other than the Kendrick Lamar was great.
I
Uh,
loved it.
SZA was great. Uh, the Chiefs lost. It's a good day. It's a good day.
Yeah, it was something. Nah, Kendrick was great, man. I love Kendrick. He had like an alternate storyline going on during the whole thing. It's Sam Jackson. Love that.
Yeah.
Curious. So
And speaking of Kendrick, his next project is a musical comedy that he is creating with the makers of South Park, Trey Marker and Matt Stone,
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
who are two of the best comedic geniuses of all time
Ever.
ever. To see them pairing with Kendrick to do a musical comedy, I don't know what it's going to be about. We don't even have a title. I think it comes out in July, so they already have had to work on it. Yeah, I'm pumped for that.
I'll be there.
I saw a couple pages tweet about it after the Super Bowl today, so definitely excited for that one. But yeah, I think that is all the trailers. I'm sure we might have one or two more to talk about next week, but for now, yeah, that was a lot of trailer talk. But we're very excited. Just means we have a good year, a good summer coming up. As we've said, like since we've been doing these, I feel like once Cap comes out, then we're finally like kind of rolling.
I'll say
So
this right now, man. Like this is like your definition of spending your summer at the movies. Like it's gonna be every freaking weekend that you're gonna have something. So if you're in the movies, you're about to have a field day. If you're not, you're probably even gonna find yourself in the movies.
yeah, no, it's
Uh,
it's gonna be a big year. Um, so yeah, that's our trailer talk. So next thing we wanted to talk about, it's so nice being able to talk with you about it now since you actually watched the show. But we were going to react to the newest episode of Severance, episode 4. You also never really reacted to episode 3, so kind of hear your thoughts there, and then obviously we can both jump into the new one. But I know episode 3 was a very strange episode with the goats and everything, and then you had Brienne of Tarth in there, and then the insane ending of Mark getting reintegrated, um, then leading into this new episode, which basically has nothing to do with him getting reintegrated.
love it.
And they just give us a whole separate storyline. Very different than any episode of the show so far. Um, I think other than like, you know, most of the Audi stuff is filmed like in their apartments or houses. So this is like the first, like, I feel like on location set, that they had to do. Um, I can't remember. I was listening to an interview. They like actually went out to like an Arctic tundra kind of to film it. I can't remember where, but it was I think kind of refreshing to see them outside in nature. Also another really weird episode, but another episode with huge implications. Um, Something that I called from the first week. Um, yeah, what'd you think?
It was something. Uh, we were texting back and forth there in the middle of it, and when I was listening to the story, it was like, what is happening? Somebody like pleasuring themselves? Like, what is going on? And then they die.
They turn into the forest or something.
Something. Dude, it was wild. I will say the guy who plays Mr. Milchick, he was fantastic in this episode. Very creepy, kind of eerie sounding. Um, yeah, you got to see them kind of outside doing the team building extra. What do they call it? It's some weird.
Yeah, it was a weird like acronym.
Yeah, but nah, dude, it was sick. Real quick on episode three, um, yeah, episode three was just as weird. And I thought we were gonna go straight from the reintegration at the end to like something that might, coincide with it, and then we get this episode. So I don't know, man. It's just a lot going on. It's they're kind of just throwing something here, something there, and they're trying to tie everything in, but they're keeping us in the dark the whole time,
Yeah.
whole freaking time.
Yep. No, man, they are yeah. They're good. I mean, they're so good at it. We're getting different cliffhangers every week that don't even aren't even related to each other, and we're still just hooked. I gotta say, I think MVP of this episode, in my opinion, is Britt Lowry, the girl who plays Helena or Helly. So yeah, the big reveal this episode is basically that you find out that, which I called from the first episode, um, Helly R never came back down after the events of season one. It has been Helena the whole time. They somehow were like able to turn off her like severance or her chip or whatever. And so it's been Helena pretending to be Helly the whole time. Um, Irving, he kind of starts sensing that in the first episode. Uh, and then he brings it up again in this episode, and you find out at the end that he was correct. I was correct. We have not seen Helly at all. It has been Helena the whole time, and it's pretty wild to think about because her and Mark hooked up in this episode as well. So, um, but the fact that like I know I called it, I would say most, not everybody, like I would say most people probably didn't call it. Um, but the fact that people didn't realize it just goes to show how incredible her acting performance is. And then a couple instances in this one where she's talking to Irving, you can sense like the most minute changes in her facial expression, and it's just unreal. Like she was like kind of smiling at him, and then you just like barely see her face drop and like look into anger. I keep seeing it like literally all over my Twitter, people talking about that one little scene. Um, and then, the hard line is like, Helly was never cruel.
Right.
Um, yeah, no, just another unbelievable episode, kind of different than any other episode we've gotten from the show so far, which I like. Um, yeah,
Yeah, Helly was great. I think Irving was a great character in this episode because like he is like everybody's turning them against him. Like and then he leaves, he has the whole out of the body experience with that little woman or
yeah,
whatever.
that was weird.
Weird. He sees what's his name there? Bert.
Bert,
And dude, I was about to get like, dude, I was on the edge of my seat, not from like anticipation. It's like, dude, what is going on?
yeah, it was kind of scary.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I was
lie.
freaked out.
Yeah,
So, nah, dude, Irving was great in this episode. Yeah, Mark and Helena. Uh, they hook up, not Helly, it's Mark and Helena, or Helena, however you say it. They hook up, and Mr. Milchick is like very interesting in this episode because like they have the whole back and forth of them talking about the penis joke or whatever, what it turned into. And Milchick knows the entire time who it is. So he's going back and forth. And like at the time, you're like, okay, yeah, this is odd. But like looking back, you're like, this is a very odd interaction just because like he knows who that is. He knows it's not Helly.
Yeah.
And
He was just kind of like playing along with it, I
yeah,
guess, but it was still weird. Yeah.
nah, it's just a very odd interaction. And then, Irving is like, don't act like that. Mark's playing along with the googly eyes. And Dylan's like trying not to laugh, but laughing at the same time. And nah, dude, it's just a great episode. It is just tense the whole episode. Like you never get untense. Even during the love scene, like Irving's having his like moment. So you're like, dude, what is going on? So
Yeah. And
like,
then you get the little taste of the reintegration when he's hooking up with Helena.
yeah,
He sees his wife, Gemma, or Miss Casey. So many weird like love parallels and stuff going
yeah,
on, but I love it. It's just an insane show. It's still I don't know if I'll ever be able to understand that like this came from the mind of Ben Stiller. I mean, I just didn't know. We've seen comedy actors like turn around and do great acting performances in movies. Um, but like completely coming up with this concept from scratch and it being as good as it is just like I can't really think of someone else that has really done that. Because I mean, he's known for silly comedy movies, you know.
yeah.
So to see him kind of show us this
The
side of
only
him,
the only parallel I have is like this is kind of different because like how they did it, but like Jordan Peele did all those comedy skits for all those years,
yeah,
and now he's in the horror business, and he is
yep,
so good at what he
yeah,
does.
that's a
Um,
very good comp. Yeah, yeah,
but
you're right.
nah, dude, Ben Stiller has done something, and you have everybody tweeting about it. Carl Anthony
Everyone,
Towns was tweeting about it,
yeah,
and like
everybody,
you're just laughing because he's like,
athletes, celebrities, like everybody's watching this
it's
show.
funny because Cat it plays in front of Ben Stiller literally all the time. He sees him all the time. So, nah, dude, this episode was crazy. This is like what you want from a Severance episode. It gives you nothing until the very end. You are guessing the whole time. Yeah. Helena was great, and Helly, like the mix was fantastic. I think Mr. Milchick was incredible. I think Irving was incredible. The rest were kind of just like, kind of letting those three play out. And then you get the end. Like, you're terminated, we're taking you out. And dude, it doesn't just like end, like it stops. And that's the end of the episode.
Um,
Like it doesn't give you a couple seconds to like, okay, it's about to end. It just stops. Like, dude, I thought there were like 10 more minutes left. It just
yeah,
stops.
and man, R.I.P. Irving.
We don't know that.
Well, it kind of seems like it, anyways, right now.
What if they just wake him up and he's like, who the hell are you people?
So since Irving, we didn't really talk about it, but Irving basically like revealed that Helly was Helena the whole time by drowning her. So then Milchick obviously says like, for attempted murder or whatever, we are basically firing you
It
and
doesn't,
your life as you know it as an innie is over.
like, you will cease to exist, all that. But he
You
doesn't
will
even
cease
say
to exist.
attempted murder. He says violence in the workplace. That's all he says.
Yeah, but the Mr. Milchick's like line deliveries there were just awesome.
Yeah.
Like you will cease to exist, like you were nothing, you were never anything. Um, yeah. So we'll have to see if we get Irving back. Obviously, I think like either him or his Audi, will still be in the show because John Turturro is just a fantastic actor, and I'm sure we haven't seen the last of him. But
Let's say kill him.
yeah, we'll just kind of have to see what happens to old Irving. But for now, it looks like it's just going to be the three that we got plus Mr. Milchick. So we'll just have to see.
Don't forget Miss Wong.
Miss Wong, 12-year-old Miss Wong, that they still
Dude,
have not explained whatsoever that I don't
dude.
understand, and she makes me very uncomfy. But
When when he's telling the story and she's just like, dude, I was laughing so hard. I was like, dude, what is going on?
yeah,
Oh, it's so
it's
funny.
such a weird show, but I love it so much. Um, we still have like what 6 episodes left. I think it's a 10 episode season, so like we're gonna be reacting to these till like middle end of March.
Daredevil.
Yeah, and amongst Daredevil, there's so much stuff, but yeah, we love Severance. We'll continue to react to those episodes as they come out, so stay tuned for that. Um, so that's basically all of our like movie and TV show news. We like to close out every week, obviously, and kind of talk about some stuff we've been watching. Let's hear from you first. What I know you've been super sick pretty much the whole week since we recorded the last episode, and so I didn't know if you were able to watch anything or
Yeah, so I
what you've been doing.
watched the big one that I watched was Saturday Night, which came out last year about the first Saturday Night Live episode. And naturally I watched it on a Saturday night. Perfect. Um, it was outstanding.
Yeah,
The acting, you said it best. It really does feel like a long episode of The Bear. It really does, just back and forth. Um, it just feels like very real. Like
yeah,
while you're sitting there watching and you're rooting for Lorne Michaels the whole time. Like you really want him to succeed. And he does, obviously, because Saturday Night Live is about to celebrate their 50th anniversary, which is
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. They're about to. Yeah,
But yeah, it is really, really cool. And I thought the acting was incredible. The pacing was perfect. Um, the just being crammed in that studio, the whole movie is perfect. And like right before he's on the show, he goes outside, he talks to God, what's his name? Bellucci, and he's out there on the ice, man, and he's like laughing. It's just really like it is a great movie.
no, it's really
On
good. I
on
watched it
Letterboxd, I
towards the end
think
of
I
last.
gave it 4.5 stars. So
You
like
what? You
four
gave
and a
it four
half
and a half?
stars. Yeah.
Damn, what would you have ranked it last year among your movies?
It was like right up, I think it was like number 6 or 7 is where I put it. Like I
Really?
enjoyed it a lot. Um,
Yeah. No, it's a great movie. You gave more than me. I think I gave it like 4.
okay.
But yeah, no, great movie. Everyone needs to go check it out. It just got put on what was it, Netflix or
Yes,
HBO?
Netflix.
Netflix? Yeah. So
And then so I started this show on the plane and I told you what I was trying to start. I was gonna go back or go watch Stranger Things, stuff like that. I ended up not having any of those apps downloaded on my iPad, and I was in the airport, so all I could do was download episodes. I ended up having Peacock, and I watched Day of the Jackal with Eddie Redmayne, and I can't remember the woman's name. Uh, I feel really bad. I think it's Rashana, maybe. I'm about to look. But I started Day of the Jackal, and I ended up finishing Day of the Jackal. Lashana
Lashana
Lynch.
Lynch.
Yeah. And I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. Kind of like an espionage spy. Lashana plays an MI6 detective, and Eddie Redmayne plays a really, really well-known assassin. And the way it's kind of told is very cool from basically 2 point of views. But Eddie Redmayne is like ruthless in this show. He doesn't give a like how it starts off is like awesome with the assassination of like the guy who's running for president for Germany, and he just hits a incredible shot. Like you're like, how does he even hit that? And then the rest of it is like her chasing him the whole time. It's actually a very good show. And I was thoroughly impressed.
Huh. I might have to check that out. You said it's on Peacock, right? Yeah.
God,
I
yep.
remember seeing it advertised. Speaking of Peacock, did you ever watch the TED show?
No, I didn't.
Dude, you need to do that. I think season 2 comes out this year.
kind of forgot about
It's
it.
on Peacock. That is like way better than it had any right to be. I think you'll really like it.
Yeah,
That's off topic though. Yeah, you didn't. I guess you didn't get around to Skeleton Crew.
I didn't get around the Skeleton Crew. I'm trying to think of any other movies I watched like that were new. Um, I probably am forgetting one because I watched like three or four movies yesterday, but I told you about two. I texted you about two of them. So
Yeah. All right. What have I been watching? I've been watching a lot of Daredevil. Oh my God, it's just such a good show. It is just so good. I'm like I'm kind of like 4 or 5 episodes into season two, so I finished season one. Started season two, kind of finally get your first intro of the Punisher and everything. Dude, I mean, I'm not gonna say it yet, but once I rewatch, I'll make it a final opinion. But like, it's approaching like top five shows all time for me. But I'm
great.
gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till I finish, and it could even be higher than that. Just stay tuned. But man, I've been loving Daredevil. Uh, that's what I've spent most of my time watching. I've watched a couple movies this week. I did see one of the new releases in theaters. I saw Hard Eyes, the new horror slasher comedy. Um, I'm sure you'll go check it out at some point, so I won't spoil it. But
I'm gonna try to get to it this week.
it is way, way better than it had any right to be. Um, I remember seeing the trailer. I thought it looked stupid. Um, it's very, very entertaining. It's some insane deaths, which you want from a slasher. It's really funny, and with it being a Valentine's Day slasher, like you get a romance story kind of at the center of it, and it's a good romance story. It's a good like rom-com kind of at the center of it. It felt very much like a Scream movie, like really, really very much like a Scream movie.
I love
Uh,
me. Some
the reveal of the killer or killers, I'm not gonna say, is pretty cool. Uh, no, loved Hard Eyes. I think I gave it a 7.3. Was my rating of it. Very, very good. I highly recommend you check it out, and then everyone watching, give it a watch. If you're looking for something to go see before Cap, go see Hard Eyes for sure. Um, what else did I watch? I watched A Real Pain with Jesse Eisenberg yesterday and Kieran Culkin. Um, just not my kind of movie. Not, and I don't think it'd be your kind of movie either. Very, very just different movie. It's about their cousins and they go to Poland on a tour to see where their grandmother who just died grew up. Um, and it's just a very weird movie. I don't know. Kieran Culkin, who I know won the award for Best Supporting Actor, he is extremely, extremely good in this movie, I will say. He plays a very, very complex character. Uh, yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a bad movie whatsoever. It's just not really a movie for me. But if you want to check it out, I think it's on Hulu. It's only an hour and a half, quick watch. Uh,
Did you rate it?
no, I didn't. I didn't rate it. I'm not like you. I just rate movies from the year, from like this year.
Well, no, like. Did you give it stars on Letterboxd? It's kind of
No,
like
I didn't. And then the last movie I watched, I actually watched it last week when I went home. I watched the new like rom-com with Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon on Prime. It's
oh,
called You're Cordially Invited. Uh, really, really funny little rom-com with them two in it. Yeah, had a good time. I think Cameron would really like that. Maybe it'd be something y'all two could watch. But
I can't remember who I was talking to, but they watched it,
I
and
gave it three. What did I give it as a score? Let's see. I gave it just a 6.0 flat. Yeah. Really, really entertaining. Will Ferrell's really funny in it.
what's it on?
Prime.
Right.
Amazon Prime. But yeah, that's everything I've watched. I'm gonna continue to watch Daredevil. Uh, hopefully by the time we record the next episode, I'll have finished season two. So
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that pretty much rounds us out for this episode. Um, Thank you
Next
all
week's
for
a big
tuning
week.
in. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and get ready for next week. Next week is probably our biggest review to date. We're gonna be reviewing Cap 4, Brave New World. So uh, we're very excited for that. Stay tuned. We'll get our reactions up immediately and um, get this up first thing Monday. So thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you for putting up with Landon's poor little voice.
So
Hopefully next week he'll sound like himself again.
hopefully so. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, no, you're good. You're good. Props to you for staying on and
It's
doing
been
it.
a long weekend. I told Cole this is probably the most sick I've ever been. It was tough.
Poor guy. Yeah. Well, you're in the home stretch. You're in the home stretch. You'll be better soon. So, but yeah, that's episode 6. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will be back with you guys on Monday with our review of Captain America: Brave New World. So
Fighting.
get hype. Get hype.
Go.
Peace.
Peace out, guys.